Next on Madden Football.
Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by a much-discussed third-rounder in last year's draft, the second-year pro out of Cincinnati, Desmond Ridder.
And you know how scouts always talk about checking all the boxes? I think this young man does exactly that when you're looking for an NFL quarterback. Proven leader. Teams went 43-6 while he was in college. Has speed, dual threat ability, and production off the charts while he was in school. And also did a nice job of limiting turnovers. When you put it all together, there's a lot to be excited about for this young quarterback.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 83 yards.
A key component of his team's offense. He will certainly stay in that role if he keeps producing like this each week. Expect him to make a run at not only matching, but exceeding those numbers as this one goes.
And right away, he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
So out come the Texans in great field position. And they'll be led out by an exciting athlete. 4th overall pick of the draft out of Florida, Anthony Richardson.
I think the hope was to let him sit and learn for a bit, but he was thrown right into the fire. And
he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Anthony Richardson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Now the try here for the point after. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Second down, here's Barkley again. Down the numbers, there he goes. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Ridder. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Kupp beats the D for a first that time. There really was a defense who could stop him the last 2 years. Only an ankle injury slowed him down, ending his 2022 season after 9 games. He was on an all-pro pace, and we expect to see the same again this year.
No gain on the play there, second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
That is caught, Rashad Bateman. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Ready.
Barkley will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Another try for Barkley. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Saquon Barkley, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Colts are an extra point away from drawing level. And this is blocked. The Texans have got it. And he's into the clear. And he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. Now you figure with a veteran kicker out there, these extra points almost automatic, but this one turns into 2 points the other way.
And we both know it's hard to put it on him. I think there was a breakdown in the protection, but guess what? It does go against his record.
So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one up. Taken at the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Still going. 1 man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Texans. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. And no doubt one of the most, if not the most exciting play we'll see in this game. The kick return all the way to the end zone for 6 points. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Ready?
Ritter. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. They go play action with Richardson. Caught. Touchdown, Texans. Jamison Williams from 10 yards out. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And the Colts now, they're ready to get the football back. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Ready?
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
Ready? Ready?
Looking to throw it here. Ritter. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Brandon, that's the 3rd time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you can make excuses for each and every one of them. But the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate 1 fumble, 2's, oh, my goodness, 3 or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any sense, does it?
Now a throw here to his running back. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. It's a pretty nice throw right there from the rookie. And this, of course, is game number 2 of his NFL career. His guys did not get the win, Charles, in the opener. But what did you see from him? And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. Ken Walker, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he's going to be brought down right there at the 29-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Here's Ritter. Well, a tough throw there across his body. It's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. On second down, here's Barkley. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he is going to have a Colts first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Ritter back to throw. He'll find Bateman once more. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Ready. Ready.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds Bateman over the middle. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 3rd and 1, it's Ritter. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, but there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as he... Get upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom... their own fault because to me that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down.
Ready?
Looking to throw once more. Here's Ritter. Dancing to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw, Ritter. A slant route caught by Bateman. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Ritter now.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Ritter will set up to throw it.
Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown.
Cooper Kupp as the first half is winding down. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
This time the extra point up and good. And that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he'll be out right at the 35. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. Oh, Walker showing the power. Still going. They can't stop him. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but for this defense all game long, I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Point after here coming up. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one.
Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter.
Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise.
There he goes, right side.
Inside the 20.
Touchdown, Houston. Kenneth Walker. His third touchdown of the game and fourth on the year. And the Texans have opened the lead up to 30. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the run he's had in the ball game. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And he returns this to the 22. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. A CD they... that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Ready?
Ritter to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw. Ritter has it knocked down. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. Once that ball was loose, the question was, would this be 2 or would it be 6? It's 6. The defense able to pounce on it.
And for the offense, the training didn't really kick in, did it? Once that ball comes loose, you've got to get on it, make sure that you recover it, or make sure you punch it out of the end zone. Anything but give it to the defense to score a touchdown.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Colts set to take over here offensively. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But
Ready?
I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And Bateman, and he'll go in motion right here. Here's a fake on the jet sweep as he'll go instead with Barkley. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving the running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The Colts send out their punter, and surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Breaks through the contact. Still shedding tackles. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
Houston set to take over. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Houston.
Trey McBride,
77 yards.
and the Texans get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Point after try forthcoming. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Indy set to go on offense once more. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really. The turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Ready.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
Defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing, but he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now, making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
Ritter throwing on 3rd down.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
But that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid is pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis.
2nd and 10. Richardson on the bootleg here.
And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Richardson looking to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Touchdown, Texans. 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Texans add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. So, Charles, the bad taste from that opening week loss, that's just a memory now. This has been a very strong performance as they score once again.
Yeah, I know it's only week 2, but you're exactly right, because this team felt like they let one get away in the opener. And not only were they determined to not let the same thing happen here, they knew that they had to correct a bunch of things. So everything that went wrong in game 1, they took care of business with it in game 2.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the Texans kick team. This one away.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds they've had several. Ritter has it knocked down.
And the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Ready?
Back to throw here.
A short throw there to Strange.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just... Ritter has it knocked down. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Following the fumble recovery, Richardson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. To run for it, the decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Running right, here's Walker. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Ken Walker from 17 yards out. And the Texans take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Colts getting another possession here on offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there for Indy. 46 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Ritter has it knocked down. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
174 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards the pickup there.
Unlock line! Unlock line! Let go!
Trying the left side with Walker. Spinning away. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took them. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Throw out wide to Walker. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Texans scoop it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Richardson to throw off play action. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now a hit and a loose football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And that one is his 2nd fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now Ritter. Got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off season. But on game day,